Okay, so today we are going to talk about the B word. No, not that B word. The B word that I'm talking about is budget. So, what is a budget, you ask? You asked that, right? I know you did. Okay, so a budget is something that you use to track your spending, and then you stick to a certain amount that you're going to spend on different things throughout the month, and that way you can save money instead of just blowing every penny that comes into your house.
All good money.
Say it again.
All good money.
Okay, so what my 2-year-old was trying to tell you was you need to add up all of your bring home income. Not your gross income, but what you actually bring home so that you can live off of.
Up all your bills.
Add up all your bills. All right, so the second thing that you need to do is add up all of your monthly bills. Anything that you pay money to someone else, and it is considered a debt. Okay, so you know your monthly income. You know your monthly bills, and so now you want to find the difference between those two numbers. So you want to subtract your monthly income minus your monthly bills to see what you get. Okay, so let me just stop where I'm at and let me say that this is what works for our family, and I also cannot take credit for how we do our budgeting in our household. My husband actually came up with it. It's somewhat like Dave Ramsey's, but he has tweaked it to where it works better for us. So just because it works for us does not mean that it's going to work for you. And also, I am working with a teacher salary, so I get paid once a month. So that is all I get paid is once a month. But my husband, on the other hand, gets paid every week. So we typically live off of what he makes every week. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is, I have a little helper. So the next thing you want to do is come up with $1,000 emergency fund. Because let's face it, things come up. Maybe your hot water heater goes out. Maybe your car breaks down. Or you're going to need some large amount of money in order to fix whatever tears up. So you need to come up with $1,000 emergency fund. Now, when we started our budget, it was right at tax time. We started our budget and it was right at tax time, and so we were able to take $1,000 from our taxes and put it back so that we didn't have to save each week to put into that. Now, if you cannot do that or you're not financially able to do that, you need to figure up how you can save $1,000. If that means taking $5 out of your check each week and putting it back until you get to $1,000, then that is exactly what you need to do. All right, so now that you have added up your income, you've added up all your monthly bills, and you know that you have to get $1,000 emergency fund in, the next thing you want to do is add up your weekly expenses. Now, for us, it is weekly expenses because we pretty much live off of my husband's check, which is once a week. So we have things that we pay for every week. Now, yours may be monthly. Like I said before, what works for us may not work for you. So you can adjust it to how you need it to work for you. So some of our weekly expenses include daycare for 2. I know. So daycare for 2, gas for 2 vehicles, and groceries, okay? So we have set ourselves a budget for groceries. It is about $180 a week, and that is for our family of 5. And that's our budget, and that's what we stick to. Now, I will say that here at Christmas, we've kind of got a little lax because of presents and all that, and so we've kind of gotten off of our budget. But typically, our grocery budget is $180. And our gas each week, I get $50 a week for gas, and my husband gets, I'm not even sure how much he gets, but he gets money each week for gas. And then so my husband and I give ourselves what we call go on money, and he gets a certain amount each week and I get a certain amount each week, and we use that money on different things throughout the week that we need. His typically is breakfast every morning, sometimes lunch if he doesn't take his lunch to work with him. And then mine also includes breakfast if I buy lunch in our school cafeteria, or if we have any kind of entertainment throughout the week, maybe we go to a movie or whatever it may be. That is what our go on money is. And typically it's around $60 to $80 a week for each of us. And then whatever we don't spend at the end of the week goes towards our smallest bill. Okay, now that's what ours goes towards. But if you don't have your $1,000 emergency fund built up yet, then whatever you don't spend, it needs to go towards that. Okay, so now that you have totaled up your weekly expenses and you know just how much money you need to survive each week, you need to figure out what is your smallest debt. Maybe it's a credit card, or maybe you owe just a little bit more on that vehicle of yours and you would have it paid off. Whatever the case may be, you need to try to tackle it and try to pay off that bill as quick as possible. So you need to figure out what you can pay each week as an extra on that bill. Okay, so let's say that the original payment each month is $100 a month. So you're automatically going to pay that $100 a month because that's what you have to pay. But then you have figured out that you could pay $15 every week, or maybe every month, weekly for us. Maybe you can pay $15 every week extra on this bill. Okay, so that's a total of $60 a month extra that you can pay on this bill, and you can hurry up and get it paid off. Okay, so you've got your smallest bill. You have figured out that you can pay a total of $60 extra a month on this bill. All right, so let's say that week 1 in the month, you had $5 left over at the end of the week from your go-on money. Week 2, you had $10 extra out of your go-on money. So that's $15 right there. And then the last the third and fourth week of the month, you didn't have any extra. So you only had about $15 extra that month. So you're going to add that $15 onto the $60 that you have allotted to pay each week on this bill extra. So that's a total of $75 extra this month that you could pay on that smallest bill to get that debt knocked out of the way. So if you add that $75 plus the $100 that you already automatically have to pay on that bill, that is $175 that you're paying on that bill, that smallest debt. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it adds up, and you would be so surprised at how quickly you're starting to snowball this debt and get it paid off. Okay, so now you are jumping for joy and you have paid that small bill off and you feel like you are on top of a mountain. But you know what? I hate to bust your bubble, but you're gonna pretend like that bill is still there. What? Yes, you are gonna pretend like that bill is still there. And you are going to look at the next smallest debt that you have, and you are going to add what you normally pay for the small bill, which we said was $100 for that small bill. You are going to add that onto the next bill. Okay, so let's pretend like your next smallest debt is going to be your vehicle. And let's say that your payment each month is $250 on that vehicle. So now you're going to take the $100 that you were paying on the smallest bill, and you're going to add that $100 onto the $250 that you already pay on your vehicle. So now instead of paying $250 as the minimum, what you have to pay, you are now going to pay $350 on that bill. And guess what? You are going to do the same exact thing. You're going to figure out what extra you can pay, and it's probably still maybe $15 every week, so that's an extra $60. So you're not paying $250 anymore for your vehicle, you're paying $350, and then you're gonna add $350 on to the extra $60 a month that you've already said that you could pay extra. And so that is going to be $410 that you're making instead of $250. So $250 for the regular payment, and now you're paying $410. Believe me, you are going to start knocking out some debt. Boom, 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 knock it out. Yeah, that was corny, I know, okay? And so you're going to continue to do this onto every bill until you get all of your debt knocked out. So eventually you're gonna start paying a really large amount onto your highest bill. All right, back when my husband and I did this last year, we had gotten a bunch of small credit cards paid off, and we were now working on his truck. And we were paying almost $1,000 a month on his truck just because we kept knocking out those small bills, adding them all together, and putting that same amount onto the truck. Your income hasn't changed, your bills haven't changed, even though you're paying stuff off. You just keep doing what Dave Ramsey says, and you are snowballing it. Snowballing it. I really hope that my budgeting video and the budgeting tips that I have given you today really help you knock out some debt and help you feel better about your life and help you sleep better, because let's face it, you don't sleep when you have a whole bunch of debt built up and you owe a lot of people. So I want you to take into consideration the tips that I've given you today, and I want you to comment below if you think that what I have said today is going to benefit you. I really hope it does. And I hope that I see you next time.